Hello, my name is Akshpreet Singh, and I am presenting Assessment 2 of ECE 501, Learning, Development and Pedagogy. I'm about to provide an analysis on cognitive development using two case studies provided about Liam and Zara, based on Piaget's and Vygotski's theories. I will then reflect on the role of educators in providing framework to a child's learning and summarize it by comparing educators' approaches between the two case studies. Let's begin with Liam. Liam is a curious and energetic 4-year-old who attends preschool 3 days a week. He enjoys messy play, building with blocks, and exploring how things work. In particular, Liam is drawn to water play, where he experiments by pouring water between containers of different shapes and sizes. His observations and verbal reflections reveal how he is beginning to grapple with the concepts of volume, size, and quantity. Hallmarks of Piaget's pre-operational stage, which is 2 to 7 years old. His cognitive growth becomes even more evident when he transitions from simply observing to reasoning that different containers may hold the same amount, even if they appear different. Liam's exploration with water and containers illustrates Piaget's pre-operational stage. He demonstrates centration, focusing on one aspect like height while ignoring width. Initially, Liam believes the taller container has more water, even when the volume remains constant. This aligns with the Piaget's concept of lack of conservation. However, moving on, Liam demonstrates pre-operational thinking, focusing on water height as a measure of quantity. Over several sessions, Liam begins to grasp that the amount stays the same despite different shapes. This reflects a transition towards conservation, a cognitive milestone Piaget placed at around age 7 mark. But modern research shows that with experience and support, younger children can begin to develop these concepts earlier. Now, from Vygotsky's perspective, Liam is learning within his zone of proximal development. He initially relied on his perceptions, but through repeated experimentation and minimal educator intervention, reached new understanding. Vygotsky emphasized the role of social interaction and scaffolding in advancing learning. The educator's subtle presence, documenting, smiling, and asking gentle questions helped Liam reflect without overt correction. This is a classic example of effective, non-intrusive scaffolding. In Liam's case, the educator observed and allowed self-correction through material engagement, supporting autonomy and fostering experimentation. This aligns with the child-led inquiry and open-ended play as scaffolding tools. Now, let's meet Zahra. Zahra is a 5.5-year-old who recently migrated from Kenya to Australia. She speaks Somali at home but is fluent in conversational English. Zahra is quiet in large groups but thrives in small groups or independent settings. She shows strong focus and persistence, particularly through puzzle solving and STEM activities. She uses self-talk to guide her problem-solving process, an important indicator of Vygotsky's concept of private speech and the development of metacognition. Zahra's learning journey is also marked by her ability to narrate and reflect, which supports her transition into concrete operational thinking. Zahra, at such a young age, displays concrete operational tendencies through her logical, step-by-step approach to puzzles and ramp building. She uses trial and error, cause and effect reasoning, and reversibility, which is seen when she rebuilds the puzzle after disruption from another child, showing no frustration at all. Her self-talk during puzzle solving shows internalized logical reasoning consistent with Piaget's view of gradual transition from egocentric to decentered thinking. Zahra vividly illustrates Vygotsky's concept of private speech, a tool for self-regulation and problem-solving. Her whispered narration and problem-solving in both Somali and English reveal language as a cognitive tool, vital in Vygotsky's theory. Her independence is scaffolded by a learning environment that respects her tempo and identity. The educator's response, nodding and encouraging reflection without interruption, demonstrate respectful support within the child's zone of proximal development. In Zahra's case, the educators played a vital role, providing a calm, structured environment with room for exploration. They affirm Zahra's self-driven learning, supporting her verbal and nonverbal expressions in a multilingual context. The educator validated her verbal reflection, reinforcing self-regulation and persistence. The space to narrate and think aloud, especially using both languages, reflects culturally responsive pedagogy. This supports build her confidence and deepens engagement in complex tasks. While both educators scaffolded effectively and impressionably in the cases, their strategies completely differed. Liam benefited from open-ended material and minimum verbal intervention, resulting in conceptual shift in conservation, supporting Piaget's discovery learning. Whereas Zahra thrived in a quiet, affirming environment where her linguistic and cultural identity, through self-talk and reflection, was respected, validating her mastery over self-learning. Highlighting further Vygotsky's emphasis on social context and language in cognitive development. Comparison of educators' roles. Liam's educator supports discovery through minimal intervention, fostering autonomy, whereas Zahra's educator provides affirmations and space, enabling identity expression and thoughtful risk-taking. To conclude this presentation, both case studies highlight the importance of intentional yet flexible scaffolding. Educators play a pivotal role in guiding children's transitions across cognitive stages using Piaget and Vygotsky's frameworks. Here is a list of all the references that I've used throughout my presentation using the APA 7 style. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the presentation.